Joining the show tonight, this man commands a flock of Eagles on a weekly basis. They just won potentially the biggest game of the year in D3 football from Wisconsin-Lacrosse, Matt Janus. What's up, Coach? How are you doing?
How's it going? I'm doing good. We had a wet, rainy practice, so the weather has officially changed here in Wisconsin, and I'm going to have some different elements here this weekend. So it's actually, you don't usually hope for rain in practice, but I was like, please rain, please rain, please rain, so we can kind of just make sure our guys get used to. It's actually weather's been really good, so get our guys used to kind of handling the rain here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw the clip, but you guys won't have to do this in practice. The USC punt returners with the spray hose. Did you peep that on the old X app the other day?
Actually, funny story on that. We do that. Obviously, we take our water bottles and kind of
no way.
We we do that. Like if we know it's gonna be, the problem is we had a coach, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago that did it. It was gonna be like 75 and sunny. So we're like, Coach, I mean, it's gonna be 75 and sunny. Well, why are we spraying water on him right now? We don't need that right now.
Oh, that's great, man. With the straight water bottle though.
Yeah, just water bottle. Yeah, and then you'd have the coach and he's just spraying in the guy's back.
That's great, man. But, what a week for you guys. Talk about just especially getting the guys back and having to, I'm sure it doesn't take much in that conference to re-energize them, but just talk about this week, man, and what it's been like, kind of initial reactions from you.
Yeah, I think for me personally, like this was like, so at this point last year, we actually lost a really close game to those guys. And that was, we had to play UW Stout the next week. And that was the hardest week of coaching, of just the emotion of everything and kind of turning that around. And then to go to this week where you won that close game. And then to try, it's like, it's the same emotion, but it's different.
Yeah.
So I felt like, this week was also one of the hardest weeks that I've had as a coach. And, we know what's coming on Saturday and how good this team we're playing in Platteville is on Saturday. But I thought I did a really bad job on Monday and Tuesday. And I actually apologized to my team on Wednesday because I was so, by the second after that game, I shook Coach Rindle's hand. The second after that, it was about UW-Platteville to me. And whether that's fair or unfair, I know it's like, well, enjoy the win. I know it's just like, to me, it's just like, what's next? I need what's next now. And so, I was really bad as a coach on Monday and Tuesday. I was very hard on our guys. Was very like, okay, we can't even talk about this. I don't want to see any Instagram pictures on this. I want you. And that was just the wrong way for me. So thankfully I caught myself and, we were just kind of talking as captains and we kind of caught myself and was able to get back to who I am and me. And it doesn't diminish like what we're trying to do and accomplish during the week. It was just kind of a whole change of emotions here and just dealing with that type of success and, all the people that are reaching out, alumni, campus and, you have all that, but yet the week changes so fast that you have to get ready for this opponent that we have. We're going to see the best defense. We're going to see probably two of the most explosive receivers. So it's kind of it's really just a strange set of emotions, really.
It is, and those reactions
good.
are
not bad,
yeah.
good, but not bad. But
the reactions are 100% warranted though, because you hear people talk about that after, like you said, whether it be an emotional win or an emotional loss, whatever kind of roller coaster that I can only imagine just from watching that Saturday was for you guys. It can be hard to get the guys back in that same mindset, and talking about that, the number that pundits and idiots that talk on the internet, such as myself, had mentioned all after the game was 19, right? The streak of you guys not being able to pull off that win over Whitewater. I'm sure that was probably not part of the rhetoric heading into Saturday. Am I correct in that statement?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long. Like I knew it was, and I knew there was really close games over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And kind of back and forth games, which were really cool games to be a part of, and obviously weren't able to come out. I didn't realize that, and then you kind of got there. Everybody, like people from there, like their team, like everybody was just kind of talking about that. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you didn't think much. We didn't talk about it ever as a team going into that week. So definitely was just definitely felt it as as the game got closer last week.
Yeah, I hear you.
People talking to you.
And that's something, too, where, you mentioned before we got recording here, like Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan. Like, they've won the last 12. You look at that, you think, oh, this is a very dominant one-sided rivalry. You look at the individual games, you find something else, right? You see that these games are back and forth, absolute slugfest, often coming down to, like your guys' contest this weekend, the final play. Give me the play-by-play. That ball is doing these little flips through the air, and I'm assuming just felt like it was suspended in slow motion. What's going through your head right there in that 50-some yard ridiculous bomb?
Well, there was a couple things. I mean, kind of leading up to it, it was, it was okay. We didn't want to give him the ball back. I mean, that was first and foremost. So our offense did a great job of just pretty much winding down the clock, and then we get into the fourth down. We go for it on fourth down because I didn't want to give him the ball back. We get it. Kaiser does a great job. Our quarterback, Kaiser Hildebrand, does a great job of getting it. And then we needed 5 more yards. What was probably our kicker. There was a really strong wind. Good day. That's in his range, but there was a really strong wind, so we felt like we needed 5 more yards. We got 1 more yard, and then they kind of called. So then we get our kicking team, our field goal team out there. They call timeout. I just kind of looked over at our kicker, Michael Stack, and he's young. He's only a sophomore. Works extremely hard, and he just kind of smiled and then went through his kind of pre-kick progression on the side, and but like he smiled at me, and I'm just like, he's gonna drill this, like
Yes.
he's gonna make this, and and we're talking to our field goal team, and it was a long, so like, okay, they're gonna put a returner back there. We got to cover. We got to make sure we cover all that stuff, and just kind of looking at his smile, and then you watch him kick it, and you're like, it couldn't happen to a nicer kid. It couldn't happen. Like Michael, our kicker, is such a great human being, and just so excited for him to have that moment.
I love it. Yeah, you put it out on, we put it on our channels and stuff, and you saw the boys rolling in all the comments. He's been about it. This ain't nothing new, right? Like they knew. Now, in that moment, were they that confident? I'm sure there were some wide eyes there for a minute, looking at the 20,000 people behind that ball, looking at it from your sideline. That is incredible. And I bring it up every chance I get on this show, but I was at MetLife when Ithaca and Cortland played to break the overall record. So I've seen Division III football at its highest. I understand what that's like. I can only imagine the on-campus environment and what that entails as opposed to, being in that kind of stadium. But